everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus beta tutorial from the Armageddon Box. Yes, we are back once more with some more Space Marines and, more importantly, some more Crimson Fists. And yes, we are painting the all-new Intercessors kit as Crimson Fists, or at least we're painting these 5. I've decided that this one is going to be a Sergeant, and therefore we're going to have 2 units of 5. And so we're going to be painting these ones up as Crimson Fists. So a massive thank you goes up to Games Workshop for sending these guys early to me as part of the Armageddon box. And we're going to jump in and we're going to start doing it now. So they've all been primed in Gracia. And the colour we're going to be using first is a roughly 2-part Stormfiend to 1-part Lahmian Medium mix. And we'll be applying this over the top of the entirety of the armour, excluding on the Sergeant both his hands, but on the others everything but their left hand. So with our first layer of Stormfiend and Lahmian Medium applied, we're then going to apply a second layer over the exact same areas. With our 2 layers of Stormfiend and Lahmian Medium applied, we are now going to move on. And we're going to take some Flesh Tearers Red. We're going to apply this over top of the hands that we haven't painted. And with that all done, we're then going to take some Black Legion. And we're going to apply this over top of any weapon and equipment casings, any little power cables scattered around the armour and the helmets. And we're going to apply this over top of... Did I say? I've already lost my brain. We're applying this over the top of the soft joints, weapon casings, and little power cables. And with all that Black Legion applied, we then take some Cygor Brown and we apply this over top of all the leather. Next up, we're going to take some Skeleton Horde. I'm going to apply this over the top of all the parchment. And with that Skeleton Horde all applied, we then take some Volupus Pink and we apply this over top of the wax seals. And so with that all done, we are now going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. We're going to apply this over top of all of their chest Aquillas and things like that. But we're also going to apply this over top of the mechanical areas of the guns, the backpacks, and the helmets. And with all that Iron Warriors applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. And we're going to apply this over top of all of our remaining details. So with our metallics all applied, it's now time to add some shades. And we're going to start with some Nuln Oil, and we're going to apply this over top of the silver and the black of the weapons. And with all that Nuln Oil applied, we then take some Reikland Fleshshade. We apply this over top of all the gold. So with those shades all applied, our Crimson Fists are now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and they're looking pretty good. However, we're not going to leave them there. No, we're going to take them to the next level. We're going to do this by adding some layers and some highlights. Now the first of these is going to be a layer, and it's going to be some thinned down Kantor Blue. Only what we're going to do is we're going to thin it down to roughly 4 or 5 parts water to make it nice and runny. And we're using this as a glaze over the top of our blue armour. And this is to just strengthen the colour, smoothen it out, fix any mistakes, and all that good stuff. But of course, if you have perfect blue armour, you don't have to do this at all. So with that Kantor Blue all applied, we are now going to highlight the blue, and we're going to take some thinned down Teclis Blue to do exactly that. So with all of that Teclis Blue applied, we are now going to move on to the red, and we're going to take some thinned down Wild Rider Red. I'm going to use this to highlight the red, but we're also going to use this to pick out the eye lenses as well. And with the red all done, we then take some thinned down Pink Horror, and we use this to pick out the wax seals. And with that Pink Horror applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Screaming Skull. And we're going to use this to highlight the parchment. And with that all done, our next colour is going to be some thinned down Gorthor Brown, and we're going to use this to highlight all the brown. So with our leather all highlighted, it is now time to take some thinned down Dawnstone, and we're going to use this to highlight all of the black details. Now we don't really need to do the stuff that's in the sort of the soft joints. Can actually just leave that as like an ominous shadow in between our lovely blue recipe. So the main thing we want to focus on is making sure we get the casings of all of these weapons highlighted. So with our black details all highlighted, we are now going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. We're going to use this to highlight all the silver. And with our silver all highlighted, we now take some thinned down Liberator Gold. And we use this to highlight all of our little bits of gold. So to finish off our Crimson Fists, we're going to take two colours, Flesh Tearers Red and Warp Lightning. We're going to apply this over the top of the myriad of buttons and lenses that we have. So for example, we're going to take this Flesh Tearers Red and we're going to apply this over top of this guy's eye lens. There, like that. But for something like the Auspex in this guy's hand, we're going to take the Warp Lightning. I'm going to apply this over the top of the screen in there. And there we have it. Base is all complete, and thus our Crimson Fists Intercessors are all done as well. And I really, really, really love this scheme for Crimson Fists. I think it's a beautiful blue, and it's just a lot of fun to do, really. I will be adding a little bit more Crimson Fists to my sort of Sons of Dawn thing going forward eventually, but for now, we leave it at just the Captain and these 5 Intercessors. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.